So we're here today talking with Manny Mestas. He is a guitar teacher on FindaGuitarTeacher.com. Manny, thank you so much for joining us today.
Well, it's a great pleasure to be a part of all finding a guitar teacher
Absolutely.
site.
Absolutely. So tell us first, where are you located? What state and what city are you in?
I'm in California,
Hmm.
in the city of Santa Maria, an all-American city,
Yes,
right on the Central Coast.
that's great. And tell us about the guitar teaching climate there. Do you find that there are a lot of people who are interested in playing guitar in your area?
Yes, it is. We produce a lot of guitar students and guitar players,
Hmm.
many, many, hundreds.
Yes. And what do you find the styles of music that people are most interested in, as well as a little follow-up question, what styles do you offer?
Well, rock is the main style. Everybody wants to, especially when Guitar Hero came out,
Yes.
that was really huge.
Uh-huh.
So, and I teach that,
Yes.
and I teach all the styles.
Uh-huh.
My specialty is fingerstyle, classical, flamenco blend.
Got it. That's cool. And we certainly look forward to hearing you play a little later in the interview. But tell us a little bit more about your students. Do you teach only kids, or do you teach adults, or is it kind of a mix of both?
Well, it's a big mix.
Hmm.
The bulk of them are from 8 to 22. That's the
Okay.
bulk of my students.
Yes. And but you teach a wide range, obviously, of ages.
Absolutely. 8 to 88.
Hmm. Understood. And tell us about your guitar. That's quite a guitar you have there. Um,
Yes,
we'd love to hear about your equipment a little bit.
this is a handmade guitar,
Hmm.
especially made for me by Matthew Murillo, who is a
Okay.
guitar builder here in the Central Coast. And I helped choose the wood, the design features, and he did the rest of the magic.
Understood. And do you offer guidance to your students about, purchasing their own instruments?
Absolutely. That's like candy to me. I just
Hmm.
love helping my students find their instruments.
That's great. That's wonderful. And tell us a little bit in just kind of simple terms, what is your approach to teaching guitar?
Well, I always tell everybody it's a custom approach.
Hmm.
I don't have a particular bias on any way. I really try to adapt to the students' learning style and their interests. I think the biggest lesson I ever learned years ago is to find what interests the students, zero in on that, and then put them on fire, catch them on fire with it.
Absolutely. You got to tap into that passion. That's what drives the whole experience, of course. And tell us in kind of practical terms about your lessons. How often do you work with people and how long are your lessons?
I find best is a 30-minute lesson
Okay.
once a week. And
Yes.
I always suggest 3 to 6 months to really get the foundation for beginners.
Makes sense. Makes sense. And if you could tell us a little bit about your fees and how do you handle that?
They're $20 a half hour,
Yes.
paid in advance
Hmm.
by the month.
I see. Okay, got it. And can you tell us a little bit about your background? How did you learn to play guitar?
I always wanted to play the guitar from since I was a little boy.
Hmm.
And at 16, I got my first guitar. And I never looked back. So it's been
Hmm.
over 40 years. And
Wow.
I've been through college, performed. I've done every kind of gig imaginable.
Hmm.
I currently have my television show on public access,
Wow.
and hundreds and thousands of students through my television show.
Wow, that's great. That's wonderful. So is that kind of one of the main ways that you get your students? Is that people
It
see you on
is
that? Yeah.
definitely a big plus.
Hmm.
My main ways is really through the networking through the music stores.
I see. Sure. What's the name of your television show?
All about guitar.
All right. That's fantastic. Well, listen, we'd love to hear you play something, whatever you'd like to play. Whatever
Sure.
you play when you're just playing for yourself or something that you like to teach people.
Yes, this is called Gaviota Pass,
Okay.
and it's an original. And Gaviota Pass is Gabio de Pass on the Central Coast.
Oh, I see. Okay. Okay. Wow, that was amazing. That was really great. It's wonderful how you bring together all the elements of rhythm and lead. That's really cool, as well as the percussive kind of stuff you're doing. That's wonderful. That's great. Well, Manny, thank you so much for joining us today. It's been great to hear about your teaching, and we're looking forward to having you on Find a Guitar Teacher for many years to come.
Excellent. Thank you so much for calling.
Absolutely. Have a great day. Thanks again.
You too, Dan.